really heavy online, then I'm one of them. And I'm not saying there ain't nobody else on that game online, but you know, it's not too many of the major states that you could really say that somebody there doesn't know me. You know, like I said, I ain't toot my own horn saying I'm the hottest thing smoking, but like you said, you know, I do my thing, I do my network thing, and I've been on the internet for the past few years, and I've been on the internet heavy, way more than I have been in the streets, and I'm just really starting to get in the streets here lately, and you know, people around the city, you know, they say they ain't seeing me, they lying. Uh, you know, they see me in the Blue Moon, they see me in Two Keys, you know, you done see me in the streets, you done see me in Tally Hoes. When they see me, for the most part, I'm out there being Flygo, I'm doing me, I'm grinding these mixtapes out, I'm giving these CDs out, I'm networking, I'm talking to people, you know, they see me, I'm living it. What I say I'm doing it. So, like I said, you know, I got units, man. Like I said, I got the proof to show what I'm doing. If I say I'm in the studio all the time, hitting this music, that's what I'm doing because it's showing on the streets because, you know, not saying that everybody give a CD to, not saying everybody listens. Everybody probably don't listen. Or everybody probably really don't take the time to really listen and see what's going on, but there's some out there that really listen and they know what's up, and some people really respect you for what you're doing. You know, like I said, Indianapolis, you know, I done hit Naptown up, you know, and like I said, man, you know, I got proof, I got footage of everything that I'm doing, so like I said, when I say I do something, I back it up, and I make sure I document it. So, like I said, you know, I just been real heavy, man, on what I do. I take what I do very seriously, and so that's pretty much, man, what I really been doing to try to stand out, and you know, really be on top of my game and further myself. So online, I've been very, very heavy online. You know, Skype, Black Planet, whatever you name it, man, I got it. So if you name it, I got it, and I've been on it. Like I said, you know, of course it gets those times where it gets too busy. You know, I'm trying to run the studio, engineer, record other people, record other artists, do things for other people. But you know, when I get the time to do me and it's time to do me, I do me to the fullest. So like I said, you know, you ain't gonna get too many people around these parts that really say they ain't never seen me out here on these streets doing my thing and grinding my music out, man, because that's what I do. So, you know, that's pretty much, man, what's really been going on with me trying to further myself and trying to stand out. So I'm heavy online, and I'm heavy in the streets, man. I got units in the streets, over, you know, a couple thousand to be exact, that I definitely put out in the last year, you know, handheld, you know, hand distributed. You feel me? Hand distributed. So me myself, Source Money, you know, G4, you know, whole KOAT, you know, Camp, you know, Cody and T, man. So that's pretty much what's been going on. So with that.
All right, Flygo. Going to back to some of your past projects. Starting with the you know, your first look from the fans. Go into that a little bit about, you know, what that project was about, and you know, just start on the line.
The first project was, I'm saying the real first project was back like when I was like 17, man. Like I forgot the dude's name, but I met this dude at the fair, and you know, he had a little studio. You know, he was passing out the CDs, and I listened to his CDs. Man. It wasn't that good. You know, no credit to him. I don't know who he is. I forgot his name, but he probably don't remember me either. But you know, he was giving out studio time, man. So you know, I hit his little studio up or whatever. It was the first CD I recorded. Then I recorded another one with Real Life Entertainment. You know, they members as it is right now is Eric B, Blue, and DeMonte, Tay. But back at the time, it was just Blue, Eric B, and my other dude. I forgot what he went by at that time, man. My bad if you catching this right now. I forgot what he went by at the time, but he know what I'm talking about. So you know, I did my little Got the Grind project there, but the real project that was really put out to the people was, and I also did another project after that, We Get It Right, before I went into the military in 2008. But the real project that to got out to the people was Up in Smoke Volume 1. So there was like 3 or 4 projects previous to Up in Smoke Volume 1 even coming out. But Up in Smoke Volume 1 was the first official Flygo project. But that's back then I was going as Floyd. But that was the first official Flygo project, Up in Smoke Volume 1. And I believe I dropped that on February 23rd, 2009. I believe that's the exact date that I dropped that one. And the feedback I got off of that was crazy, man. You know, at that time, you know, the former camp I was with, G-Mob, you know, we was having some problems, some issues. And, you know, me and Source Money broke off from them. You know, we was just thinking a little different, had a different state of mind. So we broke off from them. And, you know, we established, you know, Cody and T. And, you know, built our own studio and whatnot. And Up in Smoke Volume 1 was recorded in my G-Mob days. But that was the first official project. It wasn't even formatted. It was just a bunch of songs that I had recorded, and that's all I had at the moment. You know, I took what I had, and I just said, fuck it, you know, I'm gonna put this mixtape together. So Up in Smoke Volume 1 came about, and the response I got off of it was pretty good, man. You know, it's probably, in my opinion, you know, the best project I've put out to date, because, you know, it was really gritty, you know, on the come up, you know, it was really before I stepped into the industry. You know, there was nothing technical about it. There was nothing, you know, what do they like, what does he like, what does she like. It was what I wanted, and it's exactly how I wanted to do it. And you know, to my surprise, man, you know, it got a lot of great responses. Like Up in Smoke, I think it had like 5,000. Man, it had like 5,000 plays, and I don't know how many downloads on that piff, like in an instant, like in a blink of an eye. And I wasn't even paying attention. Like I wasn't even paying attention. It was that good. And then we threw it on that crack, and it got even more plays and even more downloads. So that was real heavy. Up in Smoke Volume 1, and then after Volume 1 was Up in Smoke Volume 2, which was the follow-up to Up in Smoke Volume 1, because the response was so good. It's like I had to put out another one immediately. Like immediately, as soon as I dropped that, I was working on an album. As soon as I dropped Volume 1. So I was working on my album in the midst of dropping Volume 1. And then the response was so good that I had to start working on another mixtape right after that. So I stopped working on the album and started working on Up in Smoke Volume 2. And Up in Smoke Volume 2 was more of I had more feel of the internet, of the industry, kind of what the people wanted to hear, and you know what they wanted more of, what they liked more of Volume 1. You know, I had a lot of female friendly tracks on Volume 1. So you know, Volume 2, you know, I try to keep the same formula, and but you know, I also had my little silly crazy shit, you know, where I was just me and fucking around and doing what I like to do. I had that. Volume 2 dropped, I believe, in like September of 09. September 09, I think Volume 2 was dropped on that piff as well. Or that crack, I think I put it on that crack. But